thank you for joining me. I am Bev from Inkwell, and you guys have all gone back to school probably, which got me thinking about what I liked when I was at school. And one of the things was stationery and having a little desk to work at in my room. So I decided that today I would show you how to make a basket weaved pot for you to put your pens in, or maybe for you to put your rubber and other bits of knickknacks in. So you are going to need some kind of pot. This is just an empty takeaway pot. You could use an empty used coffee cup, or you could use the bottom of a plastic bottle. If you go for the plastic bottle option, do be careful because the edges do get a bit sharp where you've cut them. We are also going to need some scissors. Again, be careful. You'll need a pen just to mark up your lines. Then you'll need something to weave with, so either some yarn or get some scraps of fabric and cut them into strips. I've also seen people do this with strips of newspaper or magazines, and I've seen people make them with strips of plastic bags as well. So feel free to choose a different medium to what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the fabric, and I've got a couple of contrasting colours here just to jazz it up a bit. So first things first is that you're going to need to mark where you're going to cut your lines in your pot. I've decided I want mine to be fairly even, so I've tried to get these as even as possible. You don't have to, that will change the weaving, which can also look quite nice. So once you've marked your pot, then you'll need to take a pair of scissors. Again, be careful with these scissors, get some adult help if you need to. And then I'm just going to simply cut down the side of the pot, right the way to the bottom. Okay, so I've cut my pot now, and this cup has a lovely little lip on it, which I'm going to leave, but you can cut that off if you want. What you'll need to do then is find sort of around the middle of each of these little flaps that you've made, and you will need to punch a hole in them. Now, having a hole punch would make this process a lot easier, but I don't have one. So I'm just going to pierce a hole with a pair of scissors in the end. Now, if you do need to do this, don't be afraid to ask for adult help because scissors can be quite sharp and I don't want anyone to cut themselves. Okay, so I have a hole in each of my flaps that I've got here. And then it's just a matter of weaving around your pot then. So what you'll need to do is start off with your weave with your little tail inside. You probably need to hold that so it doesn't slip out. And then you just need to weave in and out all the way around. And I would do, I'm going to do a couple of layers of this, and then I'll probably switch it up then and do a couple of layers with my other colour. And I'm going to create stripes with mine. If you have cut an even amount of flaps like I have done, once you get back to the start, you'll want to divert back the other way around then, and then you're creating a good solid layer then of the same colour, if you see what I mean. So I'm going over the areas now that haven't had the fabric wrapped on them, and under the areas then where they haven't. And then if you're using strips like I am and they're not quite long enough for you to continue, then all you need to do is simply tie a knot. And it's a good idea to try and have the knot on the inside of the pot so that the outside looks nice and neat. So I've got 2 layers of this fabric all the way around. It's a good idea to keep on pushing your fabric up, and then you keep it nice and tight. And then what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to join by tying the fabrics in a knot. Okay, so once you've got to a point where you can't push down your weave anymore, you've come to the end, you just need to tuck the end of your fabric in, just down there somewhere. You can push it in with your scissors or the end of a pencil or something like that. And then what we're going to do is create an edge around here, so that it's smoother. You can't see these joins then where you've been weaving through. So to do this, what you'll need is a piece of fabric that you've been working with or that you want to choose. The fabric will need to be able to fit into the holes, or the thread, or whatever it is that you're going to use for the top. So you possibly will need to cut a strip that's thinner than what you've been working with. And then you want to push the fabric then through those holes. You could use a darning needle for this, would make it a lot safer. And then you just want to twist around the top. And so there we have it, a lovely little weaved pot. You just need to neaten the edges off in the side, cut any loose ends that you need to cut, and that'll do now to put my pens and pencils in on my desk, so they're nice and tidied up and ready for use next time. Alright guys, well I hope you've enjoyed that. As always, we love to see what you've been doing, so if you have been following any of our craft videos and you want to share your end results with us, then please post them on the Facebook page where you're probably watching this video, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for joining me and take care of yourselves. Bye.